And we're back with another episode, another podcast, another YouTube video, whatever you want to call it. You can call it your home, talk about Formula One, where we have debates. People get to share their perspective, and people act quite damn belligerent and idiotic as hell in this comment section. So big shout out to everybody. You know what they say, I guess, bad publicity is publicity, good publicity. I don't know that bullshit, but you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, big shout out to all the haters, but bigger shout out to all the supporters and the encouragers and like-minded and sensible-minded people. Let's go over this right now. Currently, I'm going to share this. There is a petition going on for the overturning of the decision made for the championship in 2021 in Formula One. I'm going to show that right here. As you see, currently it is at 58,605, and it probably will be growing by the time you see this video. People are signing up by the minute, as you see down there. 1 minute ago, somebody signed up. Listen, I'm not telling you what to do. I am telling you if you want to do something, if you do not have a channel, if you do not have a platform, but you do want to try to have some type of action to have a change, there's an opportunity. Therefore, be very mindful of any type of scamish type activity. There are several other petitions out there. As you see, 58,000. So in mind, I don't want, the MaxiPad, Max Verstappen fans to be left out without a petition of their own. So I will begin a petition here. If you want me to shut up about the Lewis and Max Verstappen crashes and this shit here, have 50,000 plus Max fans voice that in the comment section, and I will cease and assist. How about that? Okay, how about that? I doubt very seriously 50,000 of you all will show up because you don't want to be ignorant in a very big magnitude. I doubt it. But if you do, and if you want me to be quiet about the Max and Lewis Hamilton crashes, which we'll be covering here in this episode today, 50,000 of you get in the comment section and tell me to shut the fuck up, and it will go from there. And with moving on, also, I would like to also say that yes, people have down talked me because of certain things that I have and are own and whatever the case may be. And I would like to say that you don't owe anybody else shit. If people don't believe or people want to downplay you, nobody really completely knows what all you do in life. I mean, we're meeting here on YouTube and I'd at least hope to convey some type of character and integrity that I do have, whether you agree or disagree with my takes. But yes, Integra is not the only thing, but I do love it. I love Integras. I do love building them. I have a very fine one that I built and I'm rebuilding. I'm putting a wide body on, but there are other things that I adore and having collection, and so some things you don't want to put excessive amount of miles on because the value in which they collect. But anyway, we move on and digress. Let's get into this bullshit that people want to talk about. Okay, let's get into that. Let's talk about first, let's go to Silverstone. Let's talk about the Silverstone incident. All right, and then we will go into the well-known Monza incident that everybody wants to say was, it's, all this bullshit payback. You want to use different instances against Hamilton to say it's payback for Silverstone. So let's look at Silverstone, shall we? Yes, we shall. So I will go back here. We will go into the Silverstone incident. All right, and let's go ahead and get into this shit here. So Silverstone incident, all right? Let's rewind this. Let's go some play-by-play type action, okay? First thing I want to look into is right here. Right here, Hamilton is behind with DRS and pace increasing as they're going down the straight to overtake Max. Clearly, there's no debate in that. All right. As we move further, we see right here, Max already is not on his typical line to go into this corner that they are about to enter. He's not. And why is he not? Because he's defending. Nobody can blame him for defending, right? Although Max has said, and plenty of you have used this to try to throw salt in my eye. Max, and I'm paraphrasing this, Max said something along the lines that if you see me behind you, don't look in your mirrors, get the fuck over. He obviously is not doing what he preaches. So that's already another character strike on top of all the other character strikes. Why didn't you get the fuck over? That's what you say you want everybody else to do. So why the fuck didn't you do it here? You left just enough space for Lewis to be able to take the inside with the pace that he had, correct? Yes. All right. So as we move down, Lewis goes ahead and he takes this space because he has the pace. Max moves over just a tad, still in the middle of the track. With speed, I may add, from both drivers. All right. As we come down further into this corner right here, all right, right here in this corner, Max right there. I mean, what is he doing? What is Hamilton doing? They're both competing. They are both competing, ladies and gentlemen. Although Max off his normal line, Hamilton taking the inside, which Max left open. Nobody's touched. Nobody's had an incident. No rub, no nothing. Okay, so we're going to move further into this corner. And as we move into this corner, you can see right here. Now, I heard the commentator say so. I heard the commentator say this dumbass shit. Was there not more room for Hamilton to give there in his right, on the right side? Well, shit. There's 3 car lengths widths of wide of space for Max to give. Why didn't he give it? Literally here, he turns down onto Hamilton. Now, given you want to say Max's car, no, his nose is out front. Half of his car is out front. He gave the space inside for Hamilton to overtake him because Max did not have pace. Hamilton had the pace. He gave that little space. He didn't want to give it. Let's be clear about that. He didn't want to give it, but he gave it. Hamilton therefore rightfully moved in, as he should, with the pace. At this point in time, Max technically, like you all say, Hamilton should do, which he does a lot, should have gave way. But what Max was anticipating is what Hamilton usually does. And Max is used to Hamilton leaning on the side of safety versus aggressive. And therefore, Hamilton usually, even though he rightfully had it, would have backed out and let Max stay ahead. But this time, that's not what he did. This time, Hamilton took the space that Max gave him. He had the pace and he stayed with it. And what Max did was he assumed that Hamilton was going to back out, he put the pressure on him, and he didn't. Hamilton kept his speed, went into the corner, would have came out wide, of course, but Max should have gave way. So right here, let's go a little further down. Boom, they clip. Now right here in this clip, do you see Hamilton make any notion to swerve to cause the incident? No. The only person that changes from high to low is Max. Max could have easily stayed, even if he stayed alongside, without causing an incident, at least in this corner. But he didn't, because he didn't want to give it up. Cool, you're aggressive, but this time it cost you. Now, anybody knows that's ridden a bike that if you touch, you're going to bust your ass. Somebody's busting their ass. Somebody's busting their ass. I'm just saying that. Somebody's going to bust their ass here. Max just was the person that busted his ass. So let's go ahead and go to a nice site that is called Crash Along. And I think they do an awesome job at these breakdowns they do. So right here, as you see, and we'll go back. Hold on. Let's go back. Right here, as you see, Hamilton coming down the straight. Right here, he gives a breakdown. Hamilton is chasing Verstappen for the lead on lap 1. Cool, but he is closing. 15 kilometers an hour is what he anticipates, or what he calibrates, or he calculates is what Hamilton's pace is. As they come down here, you will see there is space there. Max is leaving that space for Hamilton to take the lead, or at least overtake him, because he knows he doesn't have the pace, really, okay? Also, you notice Max is further over in the track than he would be given he wasn't under pressure. Go further down here. Yes, Hamilton takes it, and about right here is where I love that he shows Max's Q3 qualifying lap compared to in race when he's defending. He's not there. Not there at all. As we go ahead and go further into this analyzation, we will see Hamilton goes and takes the line that he can to try to come into this corner. And of course, he will come out slightly wide, but still on track. Max, however, still in between defending and trying to find a line, will come down onto Hamilton. Point blank, period. He will come down onto Hamilton right here, and therefore they will make contact. And if you see here, Max left space only for a car taking the ideal line. He did not. Now, I love this image here as well. If you see here, how much damn space is there over there on the left-hand side for Max to avoid this incident? Now, mind you, you're going to say, well, Hamilton never should have been there. That's not true. Hamilton had pace down the straight. Max left him the space to overtake, and therefore Hamilton moved into that space. You do not then allow space for a car to overtake and then try to clip him off once he takes it. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You can't have two pieces of cake and eat them at the same time. Either you're not going to leave him that space, you're going to take whatever consequences may come for blocking, or you're going to leave him that space, he's going to take it, and you're going to go ahead, fall back some, not even fall back much, but allow there not to be an accident. Max didn't do that. He clearly caused this fucking incident. And if anybody had space to give up to avoid this incident, look at how much space is over there on the left-hand side of Max. Period. The commentators crack me up with the bullshit talking about, is there not more space for Hamilton to find? No, why the fuck is there not more space for Max to find? Because he clearly had more of it. So we go a little bit further down, boom, and sayonara, Max. That's the price you pay. That's the price you pay. Hamilton's still on track. There's still a lot of space over there. He could have taken into this corner and avoided an accident and possibly came out ahead, but he didn't. All right, that's what happened at Silverstone, people. That's what happened to Silverstone. So while you all are talking about it was revenge for Silverstone, Max could have avoided on top of not even having this incident. He gave Hamilton the space to overtake and then tried to take it back, and it cost him, period. So let's look at Monza. Let's look at Monza. Shit, I'm loving to look at Monza. Let's look at this Monza incident. I'm going to love this shit. So here we are at Monza. Here we are. Max is coming down behind, I believe it's Lando. It's not, I don't think it's Ricardo, but if it is, it is. Either way it goes, it's McLaren. Max is behind the McLaren car. Hamilton is coming out onto the track, has gotten beyond the pit lane line. He can go ahead and put speed into the car, but he cannot cross this white line to enter into the race. He has to be beyond that white line, the gorge, in order to enter into the race. All right? So let's see what happens here. Right here, we see Hamilton is coming down. Bow. Right there, idiots. Not idiots. I don't want to call you idiots, but the people that are acting like idiots, you're an idiot. Right here, Hamilton is well beyond the line to enter into the race. There is clearly space between the McLaren and Max. How much space? Enough space for a car to fit into. Does Max see this? Of course he sees it. But who does he see that it is there? It is Hamilton. Do you think that Max is going to err on the side of caution, or maybe what he should do, which is he's in front? He's clearly in front of Max in this image. Don't tell me he's not. He's clearly in front. He clearly has the pace. They're clearly going into this fucking chicane, right? Right. Okay, so now as we move into further video, there we see it. Max moves over. Hamilton is on track. He is also in front of Max. His entire car is clearly in front of the nose of Max. Now, as we see that the McLaren enters into the corner. Now, listen. Now, let's go back just a little bit. Let's just go back just a little bit. Now, I want to ask you this. Right here, the McLaren enters this corner, correct? Let's see where Hamilton enters this corner. Hamilton enters this corner almost the same as the McLaren, who is not on that same line at this point in time. Max isn't. Clearly, Max is not on this same line. Now, back here somewhere is where Max should have understood that Hamilton has the lead. We're going into this chicane. I will go ahead and give on the side era of safety because you clearly don't have the pace. He had the pace. He had the position. Just go ahead and fall back. But Max is aggressive, and I understand. I'm not faulting him for it. So as we go into this corner, right? We're going to the chicane, whatever you want to call it. Now, let's look right here. Look right there. What do you see? What do you see? Max's front tire is almost damn near in line with Hamilton's front tire. You cannot tell me that as a professional driver that Max did not understand that he was in an unsafe situation and he put himself in this situation. What else do we see here? The escape route. Right there in front of Max. There's an escape route. Why doesn't he take it? This is Monza. Why doesn't he take the escape route? One, he probably didn't take it because he may have felt that if he took it, they would tell him to give the position back anyway, because technically he should have fell back while on track. There was no imminent situation that caused Max to be there aside from himself not falling back. He put himself in that situation. So that's one alternative to why he did not take the escape route. Two, he's aggressive as fuck. He's still going to bet that Hamilton will give the side of caution and let him pass, but Hamilton doesn't. Again, why? Because he's in front. Technically, if Hamilton's not watching his mirrors, he doesn't even know where Max is at this point in time. So let's go down. Let's go further into the video. Right here. Right there. Who the fuck is off the track? Max is off the track. He's off the track into the green, beyond the orange. He is off the track. Now, what initially is going to cause him to go airborne? Well, he's going to clip the front tire of Hamilton, which, if any of you know, is going to act like a slingshot, moving you upward. Then his rear of his car hits the damn track, the bump, and throws the rear end over, right? Okay, yes, I'm right, because we're looking at this. This is not opinion. This is factual observation. Right here, they collide. They collide, one, because Max is not on a good line for this chicane. Two, he could have took the escape route and he didn't. Three, he's being overly aggressive, doesn't mind causing an accident. Obviously, he doesn't mind causing that because he's still in this position. There are several other opportunities in seconds where he could have hit the brakes and backed out of here or came off the gas and braked out of there, but he didn't. All right, he's still in it. Then we go right here and boom. Front tire over front tire, clip the side right there, throws him up, throws the front end up. Then next thing you know, the rear end comes up and we end up here. The only time that Max clearly was in the front of Hamilton, right there, while his car was also on top of Hamilton. So let's look at this once more. Let's look at this coming down again there, huh? Yeah, this is what happens. This is the bullshit. And as we see right here, we're going to watch this just in full time. I'm not going to even slow it down. We're just going to watch it in full time right here. Look at this. Boom. Boom. He could have took it. He didn't. He stays in it. Bow. Off track. On top of Hamilton. There's the accident. There's the accident. Hamilton comes out of the pit lane. Well beyond the line. Right there. Right? Boom. Right there, Max could have gave way, but he didn't. He stayed in it, trying to fight and be aggressive. And that right there, essentially, I don't give a damn what you're talking about. If you're looking at this video being non-biased, you cannot tell me that Max should not have given up, had not even given up, because he didn't even have it. Hamilton came out in front of him and behind McLaren. Clearly, not side by side. They entered this corner going side by side because Max did not want to error. Not even error. Max just didn't want to damn be a gentleman about the race and just understand that Hamilton had the lead. Let me go into this corner safely, come out and try to overtake him there. He didn't want to do that. Overly aggressive and caused another incident. I don't give a damn. Silverstone, I would even split the difference, say, okay, a racing incident. But even if you go back and look at Silverstone, Max had way more room to give at the end of that situation. And in the beginning, he gave Hamilton the space to overtake. So how are you all saying that Hamilton caused that incident? Max gave the space for him to overtake. Not willingly, I can tell you that. He gave a very small amount of space, but he gave it. Hamilton clearly moved into it because he had the pace and had the space. And then Max wanted to take it back and came down on him. So what are you talking about? This shit just gets on my nerves. It's like you all are not going back looking at the tape. You just want to hate Hamilton, give Max all the glory. That's cool. Max is your favorite driver. Fine. But I'm telling you, you look at this bullshit, I don't know how you come up with that. But anyway, we're going to listen to somebody who was there actually, there. Let's listen to what he has to say.
From the car, we are very low, so it's difficult to see. Everything went very quick. Obviously, I could see there was quite a bit of things going around in front of me.
He's actually there on the track,
yeah,
not you, not me.
I think it's a racing incident. It's quite difficult to put the blame on one or the other. Obviously, there was a space in the inside. Maybe Lewis was not completely at the apex, but it's also true that Max was quite aggressive on the outside. So things happen, but I think what is the most important today is that Max is unharmed and is fine.
It's fine. And by the way, Hamilton did ask later on in that race, was Max okay? Don't recall any type of concern or decency of that coming from Max. But anyway, like I said, there is a petition out for those who want to take some type of action to try to right a wrong, because evidently Massey, FIA, Formula One were completely wrong with all these comments talking about people get tired of seeing the same champion. If you deserve to be the winner and the champion, then that should be so. We should not be altering and fucking around with lineups and moving certain cars and not other cars to manipulate and stage a fucking so-called shootout at the last lap of a championship race who somebody was gapped to shit while Hamilton had the pace. Christian Horner, and Max Verstappen admitted that they could not catch Mercedes, that he was gapped by 10 seconds plus, and only to the grace of gods and the miracle race gods that Horner got down on his whorish knees and prayed for to Massey, please bless me with this win. Did he get it? I'm just saying, I just want to see straight up racing. Like, don't come to the track asking me for links right out the gate. Like, no, we're not doing it. If you came to run, you came to run straight up. That's all I'm saying. The championship was altered. It was modified, and it was horribly done and ruined the sport. So many people have mentioned in the comment section that they're considering not even watching Formula One next year. That's not a good thing. I don't care what you say, what you think. Having new fans not enter the sport is never a good thing. New generation not enter the sport is never a good thing. So with that being said, I'm out of here. You Maxi Pad hate boys, if you want me to stop talking about it, 50,000 plus got to get in the comment section and tell me to shut the fuck up. Peace.